and you will. I feel like that's sort of my entire message condensed into one line. Or one other thing I love is 2 times in life, now and too late.
You're great.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Very motivational.
Thank you. Did you hear that, Lance? Very motivational.
What?
People
Somebody
actually
said you
love
were
what I had
great?
to say over here.
Jenna, somebody said you were great?
They said I was great and very motivational. Did you get that second one?
Very motivational.
Can I play yours?
Yeah. I bet we know like 20 people. And Lance is Jewish, so he might know.
Well, no, I went to these and I went to Camp Vermont. So it was like...
You went to Camp Vermont?
I did too, but you're my brother's age.
Oh my
I'm like
God.
4 years behind.
Do I know your brother for real?
I don't know.
Andy?
Oh, and actually, your my brother's. I don't know.
I don't know who that is.
It's so cool.
Um,
Parallel life.
that's really cool, Nicole. Let's do a picture. I'm gonna do a picture. 1 second. Here. Lance, they all needed comic relief. We all needed comic relief.
Oh, that's where I came in?
Welcome.
Why'd they need comic
Welcome distraction, they said. Thank you, Nicole.
Were they upset with the result last night? Oh, by the way, time out, Jenna. Tell everybody at the New York Times that John from Cherry Hill is sorry he's late.
Oh, gosh. Okay, no problem, John. What a beautiful night.
John, thanks for joining us. It's a big day at the New York Times today, but you weren't here.
Does John work for the New York Times?
No, John works in Cherry Hill, I think. In plastics. Or, John, is it plastics?
Oh, you know.
Plastics.
Wait, hold on. What's your name?
Oh, actually, I can show you my.
Oh, wow. That's
You're gonna love this gallery here, Jenna, when you get here. He's in the plastics.
Oh, I'm excited.
He's the plastics industry.
Listen, we had a wonderful discussion, and basically I took everyone's mind off the election for an hour.
What did you talk about?
God knows what, but I talked about stuff. No, I motivated, and I inspired, and I challenged, and I changed.
Did you get everybody at the New York Times to go behind Donald Trump now?
So are you guys all, I've been asked, oh, I forgot to sign your last bill. Look, it's Gary again, you guys, from the very beginning.
Gary! Welcome back, Gary.
Sorry, so this is something that we actually have with Jenna.
thank you very
It's a little something, and she
me.
deserves so much more. It was great, very
Jenny.
inspirational, and I am actually going to go home and make some changes today.
This is Lance, who lost 35 pounds. So
Jenna, I have lost 40 pounds.
You and I have spoken, but we haven't spoken about
Right.
losing the 35 pounds. So just hearing about that, the after 6 p.m. not opening up,
right?
I'm the type of person, I work very late. I get home 9 o'clock and I end up opening up the chips after dinner.
And the bread.
And that's my
I used
biggest
to.
issue is binging at night. So that I am going to move away from, and I'm going to start taking better care of myself. Josh was on my to-do. I would be the first one to say it.
Right.
Josh was already out the door, but I don't even I just work straight through the day.
I know, it's crazy.
Very early.
Never-
And that's the thing, so we need to listen to like these little bits and pieces that we actually know. So for instance, Jenna was saying things that we all know, right, but we don't actually act on them. So it's very important once, you hear them, again, from someone on the other side that is so energetic and really has made big strides and changes in her life.
Yes.
Especially if I have 2 kids. Look what you look like.
Look what I look like, Lance. Look what I look like.
Jenna.
I'm 48 years old and I
Jenna.
do not look like right
What?
now.
You look great.
What?
You look amazing.
Thank you.
So I want to just say, so I'm finished with about myself. I am gonna.
No, Gary, we're gonna want you to start taking pictures of your food. We want you to start a Gary Instagram account and post every single thing you eat.
Okay.
This is
And then
We're gonna.
and then we're gonna connect and do something with the New York Times because they were just blown away.
It was fantastic, and everybody, especially at the Healthy Times, the chairs of the Healthy Times were extremely happy with this.
I don't know if you heard how long he made the word extremely. They said extremely happy.
extremely happy. How were you able to do it without me, Jenna?
I know, believe it or not.
Jenna, you were.
Listen, I'm never gonna get down there if I don't. Let me sign this.
Okay, sign a few more books. We're gonna watch you. We have you live on camera. Some people are asking. I'll talk. You can just sign. Sign. I'll talk. Don't. I'll answer. You just talk.
I just want to add that today happens to be the day after an election day.
Yes.
But we are going to do something again in the future, and we'll talk about that at another time. So more to come.
More.
Thank you, everybody.
I can't thank you enough. I had a lot of fun. You're awesome.
You're awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm awesome too.
I didn't even get. Can I get a picture with you? I know now we're on.
Yeah, we're live. Let's get a picture.
We're live. We have. Everybody's asking about the camera and that they've come full circle.
Okay, now the camera's back to normal again.
Right. So, John, she gave a speech at the New York Times today. She's at the New York Times just signing some books.
If I call for an Uber now, is there a normal place where Ubers come?
I would say
Impossible.
don't go on 40th, go on the 41st side.
Or would I get a cab right now?
You can get a cab as well.
Yeah.
It's busy because right now we're busy.
So we'll get a cab. Yeah, but I want to go downtown. Okay.
What I typically do is walk down past 7th, come out on 40th, walk past 7th, go to 6th, and then I get an Uber if I'm going down there. Otherwise, over here it's just crazy.
Okay.
It's a nice
John,
little
we're
walking
at the
space.
Tudesco Art Gallery, Sable Island Gallery. Jenna's coming down here. Jenna, you have the address, right?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry. I interrupted her, John.
I don't know if you're able to get it.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't want to hold Jenna up anymore.
Perfect. No
Jenna and I
problem.
will see each other again. Thank you so much, Jenna. You've been great. You're
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you.
You're a great inspiration to me.
Oh, Gary, that makes me so happy.
I'm so happy that you were able to be here and contribute to the New York Times Health Times.
Okay, then you do me a favor, just hold this
Sure.
so that I can put my jacket on and tell everybody that I'm coming down here with my dresses. Wait, let me get that. I'm in the shot. I know you have a lot of work to do. I only made like 5 political jokes. Other than that, I mean, I'm the first face they saw after that craziness last night. So I don't know how good that was, but I did make a couple jokes.
Yes, definitely. She was great. Great.
I did some funny bits.
Nothing that was too political. That was beyond like anything that we would be unhappy about. So
Correct.
did a great job.
Thank you. Let me,
John, nothing happened last
Something
night.
and
what?
John was asking if he missed anything. Did something happen last night?
I just woke up. Did I
Oh, and now he's pointing out to me because I think he thinks I might be the dumbest person in America that he was kidding.
Oh, okay, good. All right, perfect.
John, how dumb do you think I really am?
you may not. Sometimes actually we'll get reception in the elevator.
Oh, perfect. All right. Guys, this was awesome. Let me just show you what their view is. Let me take them on this view real quick. Check this out. This is the view. I mean, there's a lot of construction here, but look at that.
And this is just one area. We're with the piano building, so our building spans. So this is just one of the views, actually.
There's New Jersey all the way over there.
And then there's another view of Times Square where you see all the lights.
Oh,
Broadway.
amazing. Okay, will you walk me to the elevator?
I sure will.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to leave this here. You guys going to come with me? And we're going to head in a cab.
Thank you very much for everything.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Have a good rest of the day. This is some smart things that people have said. New York Times land. I'll be the end. So here's one,
Yeah, but
two.
a picture up there one day of,
Yeah, my
of
picture's
Jenna.
going to go right there. Just a little picture of me. Just with a quote or something, or maybe I'll accomplish something in life. I don't know.
This was the food bar. They did a very helpful food bar. Anything that you want to grab, Jenna?
Take a paper pot. Allowed to. All right, and then we're out. Take these two.
We're still live, Jenna.
Still live?
Mm-hmm. Don't say anything bad about me. By the way, we went on a walk, and Connor
Yes.
has.
Well, I'm gonna jump in the elevator right now. Okay.
Okay, jump in. Let's see how it goes.
But,
Try to keep it alive.
hey Gary, I'm gonna say goodbye. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, John, I think it did make
Okay.
you seem normal.
Perfect. That's
11. All right, right here. All right, we're going to jump in the elevator. If I lose you, Lance, call me back, okay?
Will
Like
do.
a minute.
Let's
Thank
see
you.
what happens.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
This is Jenna going down the elevator. Let's see what happens.
All right, here we go.
The popular betting is we're
All
going
right,
to lose
thank
you.
you so much. Okay, just keep on.
And you're gone.
I won't.
Oh, you're still here. You're going in and out. You're gone. It will resume automatically in a second. In the meantime, I know this is great TV, but, or whatever we do, live video. We're waiting for Jenna to go down the elevator. We're figuring this all out. This is our first attempt at getting somebody sort of remotely into the show, and how we're going to be doing that. Could we do this on an iPad? I don't know if we could do FaceTime on an iPad. I guess we could do FaceTime on an iPad. Connor, we could do FaceTime on an iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we have you here, John. Bigger picture. Let's see if we can get Jenna on a...
On my computer, or?
Do you mind?
No, I don't.
Or do you want to... yeah,
See if I
well,
can
we
set
should
it up.
actually do it on an iPad. That's a good point, John. That's why we do this. We improve every day. You can do FaceTime on... Jenna. Jenna. Hey.
Yeah.
John actually pointed out that we could do it not on, we don't have to do the FaceTime on the phone, but that we could do it on a computer. Are you there?
Yeah, what did he point out?
That we can go, we have a computer. Oh, we lost you. Poor connection. We do it on an iPad. John, we have an iPad here, so we're going to try to...
You want to put your Apple ID in, so...
You have one? I have one. You have an Apple ID? Just do it on yours.
I think I just on my phone. and I'll do it.
Jenna, we're going to transfer you in a minute. Are you there?
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, Connor's going to somehow figure out how to call you from his iPad in a minute.
If I remember my password.
Okay, should I hang up?
No, let's keep going until Connor. It may take Connor a while to figure it out.
I just don't know my password.
He's got trying to remember
It's
his
going to take me
password.
a while to get a taxi, so hope you get used to doing the show like this.
Well, it's actually making for great theater. The over/under on
I don't know if it is.
what will happen first. You finding the taxi or Connor finding his ID. We're now panned to Connor.
If I have to work under pressure, I'm going to get it done.
If it's me or Connor, I'm definitely going to get a taxi.
Well, it's now a
I
race
see Connor
between you
looking-
and Connor. Connor was asked to do some squats on his walk. We did a walk. Natalie wanted him to do some squats,
Oh, nice.
but he didn't want to do any squats without you. He feels like it's a
Oh, Connor, thank you.
No problem.
it's a family event for Connor.
Yes, exactly.
Meanwhile, obviously my phone died like halfway through, so now I'm on like carrying one of those big portable chargers as I'm trying to. Oh look, there's some people working out in a gym in New York City. But just so you know, the speech went really well. I talked for about 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes about everything, and ended up, with my big core message, which is, if you want your life to change, you have to change your life.
Right.
It seems kind of obvious, but a lot of
Not a
people
dress
don't
rehearsal.
get it, and they say the words, but they do nothing about it.
All
And
right.
it was very well received, and we had a good time. Oh, maybe I can get this cat. Yes. Hold on.
Wait. I think I got it, though.
Yes, I got it.
Alright, I got it.
You get a taxi in New York City in the rain, you
Okay.
may as well go play the lottery.
Um,
What's the address, guys? What's the address?
It's 64 grand.
64 grand. Thank you, Emily.
Alright, I
Going
got
down
it.
to 64 Grand Street.
I'm set up.
Grand Street?
Grand Street by West Broadway.
Grand and West Broadway.
Alright.
Okay, guys.
Ready?
Next. Okay.
Oh.
All right, so let's carry him out.
You want me to call?
What?
Connor's going to call you now from the computer so we can get a bigger picture. First, he's going to take down his emails.
Someone's
Can
calling.
you make it larger?
Yeah, probably. Hey. All right. Can you hear me?
Of course I can hear you.
Okay.
By the way, one of my good friend's nieces does a little gift for you, Connor.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Another one? Natalie Love today. Connor's head, if it gets any larger, we're going to have a hard time fitting it into the cabana.
No, I'm.
I love you, Connor.
Okay, Connor, you just put the...
Love you too, Jenna. Yeah, so let me see if I get the brightness up.
Okay, so...
John, good work, man. The only problem with this is now you can see me. Jenna, we just lost you. The problem is that the connection is not good.
Well, it could just be. I'm
Here.
connected to Wi-Fi.
You're connected Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
You're there. I'm gonna bet the phone connection is better than the Wi-Fi connection. Let's we're gonna take it down, but this is a good idea for next time.
Oh wait. That.
Okay, so make it large before you put make it large here, Connor. Before you put it. What's the pause?
I think she wants to. Jen, are you there?
I'm here.
All right.
It's showing pause. Okay,
there
we're back.
All right. Let's just go back to the
So tell me about where you are. You're at the gallery.
We're at the gallery down in Soho. Soho's a spot, and this connection is not working as well. Jenna, we're gonna call you back from the phone.
Okay, bye.
Come on, John.
It's good, John, but we're gonna go back to the phone because we didn't drop Jenna that many times before. Can you close the door? Getting back here.
Have you paused?
I don't know what I did. There we go. One of the problems with having me in charge of this is I'm just not technologically that good at stuff. But we're coming up with things. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's actually the poor connection seems to be on your end.
Well, I'm in a cab, but nothing I can really do.
Yeah, no, I understand. We'll just plow through it. It's going off and on.
Okay, did anyone else, besides my mom, anything I should know about? People that have written in?
Well, yeah. Let's see.
Did Marnie comment?
Marcy commented. So she says, "Morning, Jay." So Marcy, do we want to ask Marcy about last night?
Yeah.
Marcy, can you tell us about last night? Maybe type in something. Maybe you and Michelle can actually say which one of you was pro-Trump and which one of you was pro-Hillary. And how much...
Marcy, answer that question and tell everyone how uncomfortable it was for me and how big that salad was that I inhaled because of my awkward discomfort.
Then we need a stand. Trying to keep that up on the charger. She's not writing in. So Sheila wrote in. Marcy was saying that she was pro-Hillary. Oh.
Yep, she is.
She is. Oh well. She's gonna get behind Trump.
Everyone has to. That's what I basically told everybody today at the event. I said, "What are you gonna do? You might as well get on board with it because that train's leaving, with or without you. That train's pulling away. So it behooves you to get on board." I don't see anything, by the way. Are you?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to deal with. What are you eating? Hopefully, it's on the diet
Handful
plan.
of that.
A handful enough.
Oh, I'm eating.
Gotta get this.
You know, you give a big speech like that, it's exhausting.
I wouldn't know. Were you nervous?
Never.
Why
That
not?
doesn't make me nervous. That kind of stuff is fairly easy for me.
So you just took it. So tell us the speech now that you're...
Does anyone... I love the idea of us doing this, but is anybody watching us?
Yeah, one second. Our people are watching us. Marcy wants to know if you can share the pic. If she can share the pic.
She did share the pic.
She wants to know if she can share it.
Yeah, she can share it. It's a ridiculous picture. I mean, it was my way of adding some comic relief. Just so everybody knows. I'm going to eat an apple now, so deal with it.
That's cool. Somebody here is trying to figure out who Jenna Wolfe is. He obviously doesn't watch TV. And John is, they're having a debate. John is telling that person that he's an intern on the show. Which I don't know. I don't know if that's official that he's an intern on the show. I think he's kind of running the show.
He is. Let's give John something to Google. He's like a wealth of information.
Right. So Matt King wants you to know that he has to take a day off. He has to take a day to deal with the emotion and then make a plan. Take back the Senate in 2018 while you see what he actually does, because really no one actually knows what his plans are for anything. Do you think he's...
Including him.
Or do you think he's going to be better or worse than everybody thinks he's going to be?
Are you asking?
I'm asking you whether. I'm asking you whether you think he's better.
Well, that's an easy question. Well, everyone thinks he's basically going to burn down the country. I think he's going to be better than everyone thinks, because that's obviously not going to happen.
Right.
It can't be that. It can't be as bad as everyone's worst fears. But listen, Matt King, I have to get with you to learn that song, because we're going to do that concert next week.
All right, we have some name calling going on our guys. Try to get along. Yes.
What's happening?
I don't know. I just see people calling each other morons. I get uncomfortable when everybody's calling each other names.
Why do you think I put that helmet on last night?
I know, it's like everybody's very emotional. I think when you combine the emotion and the lack of sleep, it's everybody's like getting upset and angry. Look, the country 4 years from now might get into a point that, oh, we lost you again. See, John, it's not your fault. Matt King is making a point. Can you hear me, Jenna? Are you gone?
Yes.
Okay, Matt King is making the point that he was a centrist Democrat 10 years ago. Kind of, we might as well get the computer thing going again. It's the so we're trying to test out the technology here, guys.
Almost.
We can't hear. We're
I'm
just.
Almost there.
Oh, you're almost here. Okay, so let's keep it going, just so we can. We're gonna try the computer thing again. We'll call you back in 2 minutes, okay? John actually wants to run up the budget, so we're gonna send John a bill.
Okay.
John, it's 1:38. All right, guys. Here comes Connor. You know. Oh, have you seen the movie Truth?
Are we going online?
We're going online, yeah. We just don't know what, we want to get better equipment. We just don't know what equipment to buy, John. So we decided to go with the, I think it's live. Jenna, you're back.
Now I can see you guys.
Hello, hello. All right.
Where is Roberto?
He's in.
Roberto's with clients in the front.
How does the gallery look? I'm excited to see it.
It's really pretty. We did a good job here today. I think everybody's going to be excited. And those people who have been watching got to see some really interesting things. We're going to take the, let's get the thing off there. So basically, we were talking about Trump being a centrist Democrat. You know, he has enough children, I think, that at this point there could be a Trump as a president for the next 48 years.
Really?
Right, we could have 48 years plus 8, so I think we could end up with 56 years of Trump presidents.
It's not gonna happen.
You don't think? Which
No.
Trump child do you think is going to lose?
Barron.
Barron had a big night last night. He was looking a little tired, but he actually started trending on.
What was tell me about the optics to bring him up there? To humanize Trump a little more?
Why would they bring him up? I think they just brought up the family. Like, it's traditional to bring up the family members, no?
He was the only son. He was the only kid that was right next to him. It was Pence and Barron.
Oh, Marcy sent me a picture. Actually, Marcy, I'm going to look at it in a minute. I get the. I'm actually filming on my phone, so. But I don't know I actually fell asleep. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, so I went to sleep around 2. I was just looking at him. I was pretty convinced he was going to win at a certain point.
Well, I wasn't.
It was actually around 8:30. I was pretty convinced he was going to win. It was an interesting night, that's for sure.
I to be a fly on the wall at the Clinton headquarters last night, where they were like basically just dusting off their acceptance speech and preparing to walk out, and I mean the people that were there at the Javits Center with the backdrop of the United States and the all of it. I mean, it was all very presidential, and I wonder what was going down in that war room. Weren't you curious to know?
Yeah, no, it made. I'm sure somebody probably had it on their iPhone, like took some video. John is asking if you think that she cried in Bill's arms in private last night.
I don't know if her and Bill are ever going to talk again. I think that a lot of people were upset that she stayed with him a million years ago and that she was just with him for this moment, and now the moment is over. So what happens? Like, what happens to Hillary Clinton now?
She might run again in 4 years.
Never in a million years. She's not running again.
You don't think she's going to run again?
No, to say it took 100% out of her was like a bigger number than that. It took quite a toll. She is exhausted. I don't think she's going to run again. At 75?
She's 71 now?
I don't know.
Oh. How old is she?
I think she's younger than Trump, so I think she's like 68, 69.
Connor thinks she's 68 or 69. John, how old is she?
I think Trump's 71.
We're like out of phones right now and computers. Trump is turning 71.
I think she's 68.
So Trump, they're asking about whether you think Trump is actually going to build a wall across the Mexican border.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't even know if he's going to dissolve that Iran deal.
I think he's going to build a wall. I think he's going to sell off advertising on it.
She's 69.
And he's going to build this giant wall, sell ads. He's going to have he never said that the Mexican government was going to pay for it. He's just going to be like a giant advertising wall. And he'll have like all these Mexican companies paying to advertise on one side of the wall. You'll have all these American companies paying to advertise on the other side of the wall. And he's going to make so much money for the country and have this wall. And it'll keep going up because he'll keep selling more and more ads.
Crazy. Look.
He said Mexico will pay for it, John, yes, but he didn't say the Mexican government. I'm saying Mexican media companies will end up paying for it. That's my guess. That's right. Barb saying that she just turned 69, had a birthday a couple of weeks ago. They did have a birthday.
Not running again in 4 years.
That'll be 73. It's not unheard of.
I'm going to say it again. If the Democrats had just anyone else up there, I think they would have won. I think the email scandal really hurt her.
Do you think that the fact that they ran a dishonest, which some people thought was a dishonest primary campaign hurt them?
I don't know if that hurt them. I don't know if that hurt them. Like, the only dishonesty or the only rigging was with regards to her and Bernie. Questions that were leaked, the whole Debbie Wasserman Schultz, running the DNC and on her side, all that whole thing. I think that if he was running against someone that had no scandal, they would have had, like Joe Biden. I think Joe Biden would have won.
Joe Biden must be kicking himself now, right?
Yep. Because they probably said to Joe, listen, she's a sure shot to win. You could win, but she's going to win it. So what's more important to you? Like, going through all of this, like, you want to make sure a Democrat's still in the White House. And he's probably like, you're right. Look, I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's just what I think.
Okay, so they're saying that Joe Biden would have killed it. What about that time when Joe Biden actually offered to take Trump behind the thing and like punch him in the face or something? That was not. That was a little insane.
This whole election's been a little insane.
Yeah.
The whole thing's nuts. I've been doing all this stuff. Is there any other news that has come out today?
We've been focused on the show. Actually, there's a Jewish, anti-Jewish thing going on Periscope. I'm not exactly on our Periscope. Some people are Jewish. They're fighting with other people who are Jewish. I don't know. Like, they're all joking amongst themselves, so I'm trying to pay attention to that at the same time. Everybody just get along. Do you think the mainstream media has learned any lessons from this? John is telling me to skip it.
The answer I would give in front of a panel, or do you want the answer I'm going to give you?
Give the answer that you would give all of us.
The answer is no. We're not going to change the way we cover any differently. Now, and one part of it, we're still going to have punditry. We're still going to predict. We're still going to poll. We're still going to do all the same things again. We believe in the system too much to change it because of what some people will call a political fluke.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be interesting because I think they're going to redefine the Republican. I think he may end up redefining the Republican Party.
That he will.
And if the Republican Party becomes the party of the American working class, then you're essentially going to marginalize a lot of the conservative movement. It's just going to be very interesting.
I agree with that.
So.
I would definitely agree with that.
Matt King is saying he agrees that she is done, and it was a combination of a desire for change typical after 8 years of incumbent, which was the antithesis of her baggage of 30 years. She was a bit unrelatable and failed to inspire. I felt she was amazingly gifted for the job, but like Jackie Robinson, Obama was unassailable. She was not, and she gave them the whole email thing. If they had Bernie, he would have blown Trump away.
So that's an interesting question. Could Bernie have beaten Trump?
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know how big his base was. I know how big the fervor was, and I know what a great campaigner he was and how much energy he collected. But that's a really great question raised by Matt King. Could Bernie have beaten Trump? And we can all project and surmise, but I don't know. All I know is she did a humongous disservice to herself, just assuming that the email scandal was going to go away. And away, and away, and away, and it kept popping up and popping up. It's like they kept giving her, here's your 14th chance to come out in front of it. Here's your 15th chance. Listen, you're going to run out of chances. Here's your 16th chance. And every single time, it was like you never quite believed what she was selling. And in the end, it turns out that her dishonesty was sort of on par with his, womanizing. Or at least that's what the American people thought and the way they judged it. And so you cancel both of those out, and people want to change over non-change.
A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about whether you think that he hurt his brand. Do you think he hurt his brand?
If you win and you land the biggest job in the entire United States, you're not hurting your brand.
Right, his brand is doing pretty well. So we were debating whether he was at 40% of the American people, but it ended up somewhere around 50%.
Oh, I just passed Trump Soho.
Oh.
By Trump Soho. Now, obviously from the beginning, my concern was always traffic in New York City, and how when he comes back to New York now, which is probably often, I worry that we're not going to ever be able to get around town. I know, I'm right. He's got to come back at some point. What does he do with this whole business? Who takes over the business now?
Well, he seems to have very capable kids. They were really, they did a good job on this campaign.
Yeah. Oh well. So we'll see what happens.
So are you nearby?
I am. I'm on Grand already, and
Oh.
and
So
Barrett.
you make a left turn on Grand and you're here.
But I'm on Grand. Oh yeah, we're making a left on Grand.
Make a left on Grand and you're going to come right up to number 64.
Is it upstairs?
No, it's the first floor, like main floor gallery.
Oh. Perfect.
We get to see you walking in. Let's keep it going.
Okay. It's 64. Now I'm on Grand and 6th Avenue. I'm very close. I'm getting myself all ready here. Yeah, but I definitely talked about you.
Oh, you did?
Of course I did. I always talk about you, Lance.
Anything nice?
For all our Vicky Bickersons.
You told them how I interrupt you all the time?
I love you, Lance.
Yeah, I know. But did you tell them how I interrupt you all the time?
I love you, Lance.
I love you too, Jenna. I miss you. It's not the same. Elise.
I think I went on a date down here one time.
You went on a date? With who?
I'm not going to name names, but I'm no longer dating her, and her name is not Jamie. So.
Oh, okay.
My point is, I base everything looks familiar to me. I'm not a downtown person. We're so close. 38, 40. We're going to go to 64. Let's see.
On the left, it's like a whitish building. You'll see the horses. You should see the horse pictures. Connor, you want to go outside? Connor's going to come out. Find you.
Oh, I can't wait to see Connor.
Neither can Natalie Natalia. She's coming in from Chicago to see him on Thanksgiving.
She's coming in from where?
Chicago to see him on Thanksgiving, which might be awkward with Mary, who he's dating.
And Hillary, who wants to date him.
And Hillary, who wants... Oh, Hillary, that's Marcy's. All right, so...
She's a rock star. She's like basically the #1 lacrosse player, collegiate lacrosse player in like the country. She's at Cornell right now. She's amazing.
So I think...
let me see. Do you see horses or something? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is it. I see Connor. You guys want to see Connor? There's Connor. Can you guys see him? Can you see yourself, Connor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you want to do it?
I can do it.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Woo! Free and clear. You made it, Connor.
Yeah.
Connor, all I heard about was how every woman in the world wants to date you now.
There's one woman, Natalia.
Hello. How are you? Good to see you.
It's your first time here, right?
First time here.
Okay, I need,
I love your pants. I'm just gonna say it. They're awesome.
I want.
You're what wildly crazy guy. Wildly crazy guy. We're gonna go in here. You your thing.
Tell me what you want me to do. I mean, I need 5 more minutes.
You can have them. Or do you bathe in that when you don't get
Yes, and I know the, money, I'm kind of roll over so.
Sure, but that's cool. You get all parts of the body, all the parts.
Guess what it is?
Forward fast. Forward fast.
It's called a, trough.
Oh, to eat.
You see, it's got holes,
Oh.
and it will be suspended in the air.
Oh.
Yeah, amazing, right?
It is amazing.
And it's made of a single piece of wood. Okay.
It's cool. It's awesome.
Cool, right?
No, it's amazing. All right, I'm gonna let you do our cautious steps.
So,
look who's here, guys.
I'm gonna
All right, good try.
We're live with Jenna here.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're gonna sit down at those chairs over there. We're gonna move over there, Connor. Sorry about my ear, guys.
Oh, cool. I found an old piece of,
Looks yummy.
All right, let's do it, people.
Showing
Should I
the
shut
road.
the store?
What?
Should I shut the store?
Yeah, I guess.
I can show you.
It's quite
Kinda
serene
old,
in
We're
here.
gonna need
It is, yeah.
I don't think we're, used to such peace.
You, where's that chair at? Okay.
There's some of the arcade dudes.
Wow. Oh my god, this chair. It's very fancy. Oh. What are these things?
He did some
These are
drawings.
tickets for some event, the global transformation through beauty event that they're doing on Thanksgiving. So he made a ticket. He actually drew the ticket.
You can just stick that in your back pocket.
Yeah, or you could frame it and have it as well.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right, how'd you do without me? Be honest.
We died, but we were. But you're back. We're alive, Joe.
I made it. It's 2 o'clock with an hour to spare. I'm finishing up this last little piece of apricot. And, okay. I gotta tell you, people are like heartbroken. It's a little disturbing. Like my friend called me up and said that the teachers at her friend's school were all crying. I was like, why are they crying? He was like, well, because of what's going to happen to education now. I'm like, what's going to happen to education? Well, he's really, he's going to affect education. I'm like, well, how is he going to affect it? I don't understand what you're saying. Well, because of the education. It's like when people are like, because of the economy. But they don't really know what. It's because of the economy.
Everybody's assuming that he's just going to do a horrible job because, when Atlantic City was on the... when Atlantic City was falling apart, that some of his casinos didn't do well.
Right.
Like he was the only guy with a casino that didn't do well.
Oh, he was the only one whose casino
No,
didn't
the
do well?
whole industry, like Atlantic City, had problems. He had a casino.
Why was he the only one that didn't do well?
No, I was being facetious. There were there was a whole bunch of casinos that went bankrupt.
Yeah.
And,
No, I've heard all the things against him. Like there are 3,500 lawsuits against him, and 15 of his properties went bankrupt. Like, is he the best business guy? I don't know, but at least he's a business guy. I don't know. I'm trying to see the
business
positive.
is like
Overrated?
he's not the first entrepreneur who had a business that didn't go well.
Well, he's not an entrepreneur. If someone gives you a couple $1 million, like
He took a couple $1 million. Let's assume his dad even gave him.
14 million.
Let's assume his dad gave him $100 million.
Whoa, no, his dad did not give him 100 million.
I know. But let's assume his dad gave him $100 million.
Yeah.
The Trump brand right now, with him as the president, is going to be worth a lot more than $100 million.
Now, does it cross some sort of line if he's the president and he also has a business?
Well, we live in New York and we had a mayor and there's a Bloomberg TV. Bloomberg TV was run by somebody else. He couldn't run Bloomberg TV.
So
He's going to have to.
Do his children count as somebody else?
I
love some water.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
John's not liking the light. I kind of like it here. I'm sorry.
You have
I
to
like
see it on the computer.
You're used to the sunlight. I like this look here a lot, actually. So I'm going to take this look very much. So yeah, I would imagine that they're going to have I think with all politicians, assume a politician owns stock in a company. They put their shares into some sort of a blind trust or something.
What I'm asking is if his kids constitute a different entity, a different owner.
Oh, I don't know. I think his kids should probably be allowed to. I'm not sure. I would imagine that as long as they're not communicating on it, that they're separate citizens. That's my guess.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, that's one question that we were going to have to figure out pretty soon.
What the whether? Yeah, I'd imagine
so
that
he's not going to start having like.
I bet you they figured it out already.
Did anyone get a chance to watch Hillary's concession speech?
No. Did you guys watch it there?
In the middle of my speech? No, I'm never going to take away time from me being on the air to do the speech.
Right.
Is this really a footstool?
Yeah, it looks like one. Here.
How do I look?
John, is that a footstool?
Is the lighting bad, Connor?
No, it's great.
We like it. John doesn't like our lighting.
I'm sorry, John. Wow. So I'm still in shock. You know, I woke up this morning, and I think I was just. It's not often that we are surprised. Am I right? We don't often get surprised.
I remember when Dewey beat Truman in '48. When Truman beat Dewey in '48, they were surprised. It was a big.
The difference is we all were surprised in our beds, right? Like we all had the phones and we all the information was right there.
Speak for yourself. I seriously was shocked at 8:30 when I opened my phone and all of these states.
You didn't get my email at 5 this morning. Did I send you an email? Oh, no, it was yesterday at 4 in the morning. I sent you an email.
Yesterday at 4 in the morning.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, this morning I was actually feeling lonely. You didn't connect with me. I had to chase you down at around 8:30.
I was about to give my parent tour.
Right,
which was basically
you
just
forgot about me since you were. You were highfalutin. You were at the New York Times.
No, I wasn't even there.
Who's this Lance guy?
I gave you so much love.
On the way.
And I talked about this show like nobody's business. And I said, you either get on board with it or you are going to be playing catch up. And that's what I said. I said, this guy Lance, he's taking today and he's turning it into tomorrow. And we're gonna work out all the kinks and we're gonna make all the mistakes. And by the time we have it figured out, everybody's gonna just be starting working out the kinks and making mistakes, and we're gonna be that far ahead. So get on board, come hang out with us, be a part of this spread.
At the New York Times, they may learn one day that they should start following people.
I know.
So they followed the New York Times. The New York Times is followed by 25 million people, and they follow 900 journalists. They should be following everybody in the world. But
he actually wants to sit and talk with you.
Okay, so cool. We'll figure that out.
Okay, so cool.
But
anyway, so that's that.
Anywho,
so we have a new president-elect. What do we have? 70 days now to figure it all out.
He's been working his whole life on this. This is going to be. He does have people like Carl Icahn, Anthony Scaramucci.
But is he really going to use? Is he really going to stick to his picks for Attorney General and Secretary of State?
Well,
Newt Gingrich and Rudy Giuliani.
Well, Rudy Giuliani. Let's address Rudy Giuliani. He was an amazing mayor, wasn't he?
I think Chris Christie should do it.
Chris Christie?
Mm-hmm.
Should be the Attorney General?
Yeah.
This is the guy from New Jersey.
Yeah.
The governor. Oh, interesting choice. Anyway.
Because Rudy Giuliani is the better choice.
Rudy Giuliani, New York City, when he took over New York City,
that was 10, 15 years ago.
No, it was way more. He was the
right, but
he was the mayor already when.
Right, my point is, he
9/11.
was doing stuff 15 years ago. He's been out of touch a little.
Oh, you think he's the same age as Trump? He's got to be in his 70s, right?
But Trump works every single day. He's killing it.
Giuliani did a lot of good. Giuliani's been running. Did a lot of investing. He's been very successful, I think. That's my impression. But I think that if Trump chooses him, Trump's going to surround himself with good people. Let's make no mistake about it. You can just tell from. We were filming at Scaramucci's office. Scaramucci's one of his handpicked economic advisors.
Wow.
And, Anthony...
Why doesn't Scaramucci come on our show?
He's scheduled for next week.
All right.
We scheduled, some people... he's scheduled next week. He wrote a book, and is going to be coming on to talk about the book. and I guess we can talk to him about what it was like being the. He was basically the lead
His
person on
financial
Wall
advisor?
Street. He was the lead person on Wall Street for Trump. He was the guy, like, he put together that for the hedge fund industry when they raised money for Trump. He was the one who organized it. He, you know, he's getting a lot of credit for the work that he did in sort of humanizing things. And I think he'll be a huge asset. I think Anthony, like, whatever, I've known him for a lot of years. He's going to be a huge asset to the country in terms of helping heal a lot of this stuff. And
well, we'll get him on. Let's get Trump on.
We'll ask Anthony to bring Trump on. I don't know.
All right, let's see. The power of Lance. Show me the
That's
power
not
of
Lance.
Lance.
That's Connor. If Connor's going to call. Okay, so Matt King says Bloomberg had all his holdings in a blind trust, and no, his kids don't count if they report to Donald. If they report to Donald, I guess they don't count. But if they're not reporting to Donald, do they count? Tony Kendall said, hi, just tuned in after coming home from work. We'll watch what I missed off of YouTube. Yes, we do have a YouTube channel, by the way. And we're going to be, not to sort of tip our hands too much, but this week, Catherine and Connor have been working hard on figuring out how we do YouTube Live. So we will have a YouTube Live camera feed here also.
Oh, very cool.
So we will have that. We will have a microphone I owe you, a clock I owe you.
I got a clock ready.
Oh, you got a clock. So tomorrow. Actually, by the way, I have a I have a FedEx coming to your apartment tomorrow.
Okay.
I had to send.
Oh, for you?
For me, I moved.
Yeah.
And they needed to send my bank card somewhere, but I'm never home to get the thing.
So great. Now we're really living. We're like really married now.
Yes.
You're
We're like really married, so that for me, that means we'll be divorced within no time.
Of course. I got to make some money first, and then you can leave me.
Yeah, thank you. Well, there's a way to go. You'll probably be leaving.
Matt is an attorney, so Matt really knows all this stuff.
Oh.
He's very passionate and a great guitar player.
So Matt King says that, yes. Most immediately, I wonder about the fraud lawsuit in November and the rape lawsuit in December. It was an initial $14 million and then Dad providing a revolving loan of $35 million for Atlantic City. He was broke in the 90s and then started licensing his name out, and that is really his value. He is a brand. That was Matt King's.
I think all that stuff goes away.
All the lawsuits against
You
him?
think they're going to still keep fighting, coming after him? Or at this point?
I don't know. I guess depends who's doing the lawsuit and everything.
I don't know. I just feel like it goes away.
And Tony Kendall says it's amazing what you can do with technology today. So that we're all caught up. So tell us about the speech some more. Come on, seriously.
So I gave this great speech, and it was a room full of people who I know very, very well. Not the people per se, but their lot in life, with their health lot in life, which is basically, I know I should eat better. I know I should move more. I know that I should make all that stuff a bigger part of who I am. I just don't know where to start and how to keep going and how to get motivated. I get those people. Like, I understand it. So I address that, and I talk about that, and I talk about what motivates me and how people can stay motivated and get motivated. But I took it a step earlier than that, and I talked about living in Haiti and why we left, and then moving to the United States and the culture shock of going from the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere to one of the most affluent communities in the United States, what that did to me and how it only just fueled, the bullying and the 4 years of difficult schooling there just sort of fueled who I am today. And having to convince people that I knew what I wanted to be, and I just had to grow into myself, and I needed someone to give me a chance. And what I realized was I didn't need anyone to give me a chance. I sort of created it for myself. And when you stop relying on other people and start believing in yourself, there's a far more clear path towards the end that you will quickly see. And then we got into all the health and fitness stuff, motivation, challenges, inspiration, and then I talked a little bit about my book, which was cool. And who it was written for. And then my favorite thing in the world was Q&A. I love Q&A. I sort of like the unpredictability of a question and figuring out where it takes me and being able to answer a question for the first time that I've never heard before. Like, for example, give me a question, any question in the world, any question.
Are you ready for Roberto to sit down?
Of course I am. That was
Okay.
an easy one. I was expecting something more challenging.
That was the challenge. So that's our transition. We're going to have Roberto sit down with you now.
Okay. Did I miss anything? Did you and Roberto cover anything that I missed? I don't want to do the same interview.
I think you can do the same thing just because we have. There was a few hours ago. It's different people here.
Okay.
Do what you want to do, and he'll know what we did.
So do you want to go wider, and can we both sit here? Or am I gonna have to? We're gonna have to
Yeah,
both
you
share
guys.
a seat.
We'll move the cameras. We have enough space here. The nice thing is Connor forgot the microphone, so. But since it's quiet here, it doesn't seem like we're getting any.
It sounds good still.
Okay. Roberto has an issue with the light.
I'm a photographer.
Yeah, you're right.
So we have like 50 lights pointing towards photography on the wall. We have
Are those automatic, or he has to move every single
He's
one?
going to move just one of them.
I'm half tempted to do it myself.
Just one
Oh,
of them.
so
We're
one
gonna
more.
look,
So
every
which
each
is
one
one?
You're going to see it right away. What a photographer can do in about 15
Whereas Lance
seconds.
is like, "Oh, you look great, Jenna." Meanwhile, like,
You
you
do
couldn't
look
even see
great.
me.
You do look great.
Thank you.
I got it wrong.
Yeah, watch. John is going to be so much happier now.
Okay.
Do you want to fix the lighting, and then maybe perhaps I will run and use the ladies' room?
Yeah, why don't you go use the ladies'
Okay.
room?
Is there a ladies' room or a men's room or a room? Pardon me, what?
Right there. Okay.
Hold on, the back of this isn't working.
We're live?
No, they're not surfacing.
We're live on one of the cameras, or two of the cameras. Yeah, don't worry.
We're just fixing the
Just
lighting,
keep it live.
guys. Just light.
We like the anecdotal stuff. We get like occasionally people trip off their kids are always like, Here, Connor, I'm gonna kill this one.
So this is